Somebody here sent a man or a woman into your life to drive you crazy. They wanted you to end up going to like a mental hospital. Try to pretend like this individual knew that they weren't your divine counterpart, but they were trying to pretend. It was done by design. They designed and orchestrated that each. Hey, I got the collective. What are we going to do next? And the karmic giving the directions. Because the goal was to keep you stuck, stagnant, and to eventually drive you crazy. Crashing and burning down because you blocked this individual. You blocked them, you cut them off, you no longer feel interested. And that's the retrograde at work. This man or woman, they never had it in their mind to do right by you. You know, they never, like, it was always the plan for them to play games, to treat you like you were some type of trick, you know, a trick of the trade. And it was this karmic. Somebody here sent a man or a woman into your life to drive you crazy, okay? Because they wanted you to end up going to like a mental hospital. They purposely sent a man or a woman, and this man or this woman, look, Ace of Cups, I part the deck in half. This man or woman, they never had it in their mind to do right by you. You know, they never, like, it was always the plan for them to play games, to treat you like you were some type of trick, you know, a trick of the trade. And it was this karmic, this Queen of Wands. It could be a Leo, Aries, or a Sagittarius, or a Pisces, Capricorn, Scorpio. But I'm getting strong Leo, okay? This is karmic. And this could be a man or a woman, you know, he or she, they, whoever. It was this karmic's own boyfriend or girlfriend that they were sending your way. And that man, that woman, was out here acting like they were single when it came to interacting with you, but the whole time they knew what they were doing. They knew they were doing all of this shit. Excuse my language, but they were doing all of that SHIT, doing the most, flirting with you, you know, sending you like these text messages and whatnot. And then they would ghost, they would disappear. And you're like, where is this person? Like, where'd they go? Right? And then you check their social media and they're out and about, they're at the party, they're at the club, popping bottles, right? Like, or they're with friends, they're in the Uber with their friends, going out to places, basically living their life. And it's like, you could have been thinking, like, what is this? Why is this person doing this? Like, am I a terrible person? But you see, it was done by design. They designed and orchestrated that each because they had an agenda. And the agenda was to have you go crazy and be admitted into a mental hospital. So we're going to get into this. All of the fakery, the fake, you know, stuff that was going on. These false twin flames that they knew from the beginning that they were our false twin flame, but they try to make it seem like they were our actual twin flame to like take us for the ride. And then going behind the scenes like a rat, reporting back to this karmic, like, okay, I got the collective, what are we gonna do next? And the karmic giving the directions, you know, like pulling the strings, like you were some type of puppet, but you see the issue's all going to come to light anyway. So it doesn't matter anymore what energy said. The Tower, Nine of Wands, look, this issue's over. This issue's over because you walked away, you're done. You blocked this person. You blocked this person, whoever you are, and they can no longer continue the machinations and the insinuations, insinuate, you know, the insinuations, whatever it may be. They can no longer do these things, these karmic things that they were doing. This false twin. This is a false twin flame. Six of Pentacles, Two of Swords. Always giving very little and then blocking you out, shutting you out. And it was all done by design. It was all, and you see, but the Tower's here because whoever you are, you know this is your read because you blocked this person on everything. You just said, F it, I'm done with this person. I don't want nothing to do with this. Good luck next life, but I'm done with them. And you blocked them. You blocked them on everything. And now this individual, this false twin and their karmic, these people in the Tower, because you were never supposed to block this man or this woman. They wanted to keep the cycle going. You know, they were. And why are they doing this? Because past life. They have past life vendetta against you. That's why they're doing this. Because you defeated them. In your past life, you whooped them. You dragged them. You know, you fought back and handled that ASS really good. And they're embarrassed. They know all about their past life. They know. They know how you did them, how you fought back against them. Because, make no mistake, they're the villain this lifetime and they were your villains last lifetime. So they know that you fought back and you defeated them and handled them. And they're embarrassed. Because they went out sad. They went out sad. They had all the power, all the tools available, and you still came out on top. So this is what they've been doing. They act like they hate spirituality and whatnot, but they're the first ones to be in past life readings, in the tarot reads, and to use tarot themselves to get insight into y'all. So now, the plan has been ruined. And this karmic that was giving instructions to your false twin to do this to you, this karmic is somewhere crying, throwing a hissy fit, punching the air, because they just can't believe it. They cannot, they just are in such shock. I heard awe, so they're also in awe, they're impressed, but they're in such shock, they cannot even comprehend. Because for a long time, this karmic, they really believed that you were desperate for this person. They really believed you would do anything to be with this false twin. And this false twin, they may have told you that they were with the karmic, or they may have never told you that they had a karmic. You know, it's going to be different for everybody. But what is for certain is that they never had any intention of giving you a relationship. That much is certain. They knew, yep, I'm going to get a Gardenscapes notification. They knew exactly what they were doing. Them, the karmic, had concocted this plan, and these people wanted you to go crazy so that you would have a massive mental breakdown to the point that you would be locked away in a mental hospital. And then these two were going to go celebrate and pop bottles, dance the night away at the club till 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning with their friends. It was going to be a big celebration. You know, VIP lounge and everything, bottle service girls and everything. They were going to be dancing and whatnot till the night, from dusk till dawn. They were going to be yeah, we did it, we got the collective 10 of Wands, but bye with that. None of that is going to happen because you blocked this a-hole, you blocked this weirdo, and now the karmic rat bust down is trying to think Did somebody else come in and give you a love offer? That's the only thing that they can think. That somebody else has come in and given you a more enticing opportunity when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to love. Because this karmic really thought that y'all were desperate for this false twin and that you would do anything but love. You disconnected that cord, you cut that cord off. You said, hell no, I'm done with this. This retrograde, you see this retrograde, all these planets that are retrograding are tearing these karmics up. They're tearing these karmics up. These karmics are getting exposed left and right. It's no escape. And you know what? People had ample time, opportunity to change their ways and to turn away from these things that they do. This false twin flame, all the text messages that you have sent with this person, like this false twin flame has shared it with the karmic has shared it in like a Discord or a Patreon, and like people were looking at it, reading it, dissecting it, then plotting like, okay, well, what should we do now? You know, it was all done by design to try to break you. And it's sickening. It's also sad and pathetic because like these people, this is what they do in their spare time. Like they don't got nothing to do except to like play this role and try to pretend like this individual knew that they weren't your divine counterpart, but they were trying to pretend. Because the goal was to keep you stuck, stagnant, and to eventually drive you crazy. But love, that goal came, love, that's over. That came crashing and burning down to the ground. Crashing and burning down because you blocked this individual. You blocked them, you cut them off, you no longer feel interested. And that's the retrograde at work. Who we thought was our twin flame might have actually been a false twin, might have actually been a catalyst, not our real twin flame, not our real soulmate. And the retrograde energy, because so many planets are retrograding, is bringing it all to light. So are the solar flares. Karmics really thought they were going to be out here winning. Look at that ish. I'm telling you, it's past like vendetta. Because you were victorious over this false twin and the karmic. Bust down, bugaboo, bugaboy. You were victorious over these individuals. That's why they were doing this. This false twin, they have no intention of leaving this karmic. They want to be with this karmic. They love this karmic. And they're against you. They have always been the enemy. They have always been an op. The Six of Cups, they know what happened between you and them in past life. They know that you were victorious, that you were still standing. And they blame you for their defeat. So no, this isn't anybody's twin flame or soulmate. This is somebody's false twin that's out here trying to run the game on somebody. But that's no longer a concern or worry, because whoever you are, you know this is your me, because you just blocked this weirdo, because this is a whole weirdo. This isn't your counterpart. This is a bomb. And you know this is your me, because you no longer feel a disconnect. You feel completely disconnected from this individual, from their energy. You don't feel any connection, the telepathy, you don't feel none of that. You see, if you're still feeling their energy, the connection, then that's your twin. But if you're feeling disconnected at this point, you don't feel nothing, like you literally don't feel anything towards this person, like an indifference, apathetic, right? Yep, I'm going to get a YouTube comment notification. This was not your person. This was your enemy. And they, I'll give them credit. They were dragging you for a little bit. They were because I feel like a lot of time here was lost in this situation. But at the same time, it's like even if we have these karmic bust down energies in our life, whether they be relationships or friendships or family, it's like at the end we are soul, and our soul wants to grow and evolve. And sometimes these trials and tribulations can bring some of the greatest growth for our soul, for our spirit. So while yes, it sucks that this happened, it's like the silver lining. There's so much evolution that most likely occurred within you guys that went through this situation, right? Like you're going to be a different woman, different man, different person because of what happened here, because of what had occurred here. And hey, if it helped your soul progress and evolve, then maybe it wasn't a waste of time. But you see, this karmic and this false twin flame, they'll never recognize that. Look how much you have risen above this energy, and look how low they are. But they'll never see it like that. These are the type of people to only look at material things, like how much money somebody has and this, that, but the soul goes out of the window. They miss the mark with that, and they're always going to be stuck reincarnating in low vibrational 3D BS. Page of Wands, look, Eight of Swords. Now this individual, this false twin, is panicking because they know you don't want to hear their SHIT. And the karmic done told this false twin, figure it out with the collective right now, or otherwise I'm reporting you to the police. Like this karmic's getting ready to blow the F up because you were never supposed to move on. You were never supposed to block this individual. This was their plan. This was their agenda to keep you stuck for years and years and years, like the same thing, and nothing ever happens with you and this person. It was their plan. It was sick, a sick and hidden agenda. So now the karmic is panicking, telling this false twin of yours, figure out how to get to the collective or I'm going to call the police on you. I'm going to get you arrested, get you locked up. And these people over here arguing, fighting, and on the verge of breaking up because of y'all. But you see, nobody told them to do this. Nobody told them to attack you. The past life, yes, we have past life, but this is this life. And we can't always be looking back at, things that happened 500 years ago, 5,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago. Like, we can't always be looking back at those things because then we rob ourselves of the chance of experiencing this present lifetime, this experience, and writing out this story. So, to close off finishing statements, it was a false twin that was trying to delay somebody here and play games. But you block this individual, you don't feel connected to this person, and that was your spirit and the retrograde energy telling you the truth that that isn't your twin flame, and that's somebody playing weird games with you. And this individual did it with the karma because they wanted revenge for how you did them in a past life. But that's neither here nor there because this is over. You're never going to speak to this individual again, even if they try to come up with some type of weird apology. And this karmic and them are going to break up and move on. And that's just that. So that is your read. That's what I have for you. And I wish you love and light. Take care.